In this video, I'll be looking at some of the companies listed in US stock market. We'll look at some of the important parameters like price to earnings ratio, market cap, price to sales ratio, current EPS, EPS by 2027. So this column you can see here. This is the forecasted EPS by 2027, and I have got this data from the Interactive Brokers app. Okay, and this EPS growth basically tells how much EPS is gonna grow from current levels, that is 2023. So this column basically is giving the current EPS, that is 2023, and this one is the forecasted EPS. Here it is just showing how much it is going to grow by comparing these numbers. And the last column is also showing the revenue growth. It is again forecasted growth from the current levels. Today it is 16th of April 2023. So I'm recording this video today, and I will record another video 5 years down the line in 2027, and then we will look at the numbers for these companies, and then we will look at the accuracy of the forecast that is done by the Interactive Brokers app. So let's get started with the Apple. Apple is price to earnings ratio is 28, market cap is 2.6 trillion dollars, okay, or 2619 billion dollars. Price to sales ratio is 6.76. So if you look at price to sales ratio, it is a bit expensive considering the EPS is gonna be growing just by 7.7 from the current level of 6. So that means 28% of growth only. And revenue also is gonna grow by just 20% over the next 5 years. That means there is no growth left in the Apple stock. So if you're considering to buy this stock, sure you will not lose the money, but at the same time you will not make good money as well. So that thing you need to keep in mind. The next one is Cloudflare. So I'm not gonna go through all the stocks. I'll just highlight some of the things that I think are important if you want to take some decision to buy or sell these stocks. So if you look at these sales which are highlighted in green color, so these are the ones that I am interested or I will be consolidating my positions in these stocks. The reason being EPS growth is very high for these stocks. So if you look at this Cloudflare, EPS is gonna grow from 0.13 to 1.5 in 2027. That is 1000% EPS growth. And since EPS is growing by 1000%, the stock price will also follow that growth. So that means stock price will also become 1000% or increase by 1000%. That means 10x returns you might get in Cloudflare stock. Only downside is that if you look at the price to sales ratio, it is 21, which is very high. I think it will come down to say 10 in 2027, and still you will get 5x returns in this stock, Cloudflare. And also, if you look at the revenue growth, it is going to be 350%. That is the forecasted revenue growth. So revenue wise is also looking good, Cloudflare stock. And market cap, if you look at it, is just $21 billion company right now. And the next one, again, the Sophie stock is just 3.48 price to sales ratio, $5 billion company, and the CEO of this company has been purchasing this stock since last couple of months because the stock price has gone down drastically. So since the CEO is purchasing, that makes me bullish on this SoFi stock, and EPS is growth. If you look at 590%, it is going to grow, and then stock price will also follow. Revenue growth is also going to be increased by 250%. Next stock that I like is Zscaler. Price to sales ratio is not very high. It's around 10 to 11, which is considerably good for the fastest growing companies. And also the market cap is just $15 billion. You can look at the EPS growth, that is going to be 509%. That is 5x returns you might get on this stock by 2027 if you buy at these current levels. The next one is Okta. Okta also you can look at the EPS growth and revenue growth. The forecasted growth is very high, and price to sales ratio it is looking 6.58. That means it is really bargain buy, I will say, Okta. So if you want to purchase this stock to make say 4x 5x returns in the next 5 years, I think Okta looking really good. Next one is Nvidia. Nvidia is a quality stock, but if you look at the P ratio, it is 151. Market cap is 653. Price to sales ratio is 24. So if you look at the valuations, it's very high valuations. I think they are not sustainable. So I wouldn't recommend fresh buying in this stock. Wait for the correction, and then once it is corrected, say by 40%, 30% at that levels, you can go ahead and purchase this stock. But at current levels, valuations are very rich. The EPS growth is forecasted to be 215% and revenue growth is 200%. Next one is Bill.com. Market cap is $8 billion. Price to sales ratio is 10 and EPS growth is forecasted to be 200% for the next 5 years. Revenue growth is 300%. So these numbers are very important, EPS growth and revenue growth, because the stock price is gonna follow these numbers. So higher these numbers, that means you will get good returns. The next one is Freshworks. For Freshworks, the revenue growth is just 100%, but EPS growth is gonna be 200%, and you can see here it is market cap is just $4 billion, so it is very small company. Price to sales ratio is 8.33. And the next one is Unity. You can see EPS growth is 200, revenue growth is 200%, and market cap is $11 billion. Price to sales ratio is 8.